person voting, legal, citizen or not, says, well, gee, I've got friends and family members who are all illegally here. I know that personally, so I'm going to vote against it. As you said, it has a consequence.
It does. That's a great example, Lars. And I got to tell you, another narrative that I get very frustrated is that, and I get it, people are busy, they have lives, they're trying to play the mortgage, put food on the table. They don't always have the ability to be as well versed in some of these issues. But gosh darn it, look, when we go back to the gotaways, 600,000 gotaways, and I promise your listeners that there are really bad people among them. Look, there's one sector, 9 sectors along the southwest border in the 30-hour period, just one sector in a 30-hour period, apprehended 2 murderers, 1 pedophile, and 2 gang members. And look, I'm not saying every single person breaking our country in the southwest border is a bad person, but I am saying that there are a lot that are bad, and they don't stay on the southwest border. They make their way to every town, city, and state, and that is the reality, and that's the truth, and that's exactly the type of fact that this administration is trying to hide from the American people.
Mark, I think of it like a kid's game, where you say, okay, here's the safe spot. You can run to this safe spot, and then you can't be tagged out or whatever. We've seen criminals, I've seen them in my own neck of the woods, who commit murders, who commit serious crimes, and they run to Mexico because it's tough to haul them back. And I would imagine that some of the people, as you say, not all, but a disproportionate number, as Trump said, they're not sending their best. When somebody gets too much heat in Mexico, whether it's with the local cartel or their other business, and they say, I need to run somewhere where I can be safe for a while, both countries are effectively giving those criminals a safe harbor to run to for a time, and then when things get too hot there, run back the other direction. And we're letting a two-way traffic that never works out well for Americans.
That's exactly right. And what I would add to that, too, is there are immigrants come from these countries that break in, that they have a criminal record in their country. But guess what? I mean, the Border Patrol's apprehending illegal aliens from 150 different countries. Do you really think that the systems are set up in 150 different countries that we're getting real-time information on these individuals? No way. It defies reality. It's not happening. And
it's funny. Mark, years ago, I had a young lady who worked for me as a producer, and she was a Canadian national, and she'd always had a green card, and I kept saying, why don't you become a citizen? And I think it was just inertia more than anything else. But she knew that if she committed a crime, she could probably get away with shoplifting. She never did that. But if she went on and committed a serious crime, they would yank her papers, even though she'd been here for decades, and send her right back. Now they're sending her back to Canada. But these people who come in already with criminal records, criminal backgrounds, maybe they've been accused somewhere, maybe they've been convicted somewhere, the fact that they get to treat our country that way, and do I think from those 150 countries, we're taking those people saying, no, you're a bad guy or a bad gal, we're putting you on a plane, and at the other end, you're going to be marched off the plane and handed back to the authorities there, whether they want you or not. We are not doing that, are we?
No, we're not. You're exactly right. And we're even going a step further. Under the current DHS Secretary Myrick, as I call this is this administration's chief architect of our open borders. He's actually become a facto legislator, and he has basically just dissolved 90% of ICE's enforcement authority. So not only are our borders wide open because we have Border Patrol resources being pulled off the line, we have the 600,000 gotaways, but then this secretary is telling ICE, guess what? You can't deport someone that they're illegally. You have to be basically a known or suspected terrorist or convicted. This is you were convicted of a serious aggravated felony before you're even allowed to be deported under this administration.
Unbelievable. That's Mark Morgan, the former CEO and acting commissioner of U.S. Border Protection. He's now at Heritage. You're listening to The Lars Larson Show.
The Lars Larson Show. Traffic and weather station, FM News 101, KXL. The news in 60 seconds.
A fireplace is a beautiful thing, and like your HVAC and appliances, it's important to keep your fireplace clean, safe, and working properly. The pros at ChimCare can inspect, clean, service, and if needed, repair your indoor or outdoor fireplace. Plus, ChimCare can install gas and wood-burning inserts and gas logs. The folks at ChimCare know their stuff. Make an appointment today. Visit chimcare.com for a ChimCare near you.
ChimCare, indubitably the most trusted chimney sweep and fireplace company.
Carl's Jr. presents Meaty Meditations.
for bacon. Find delicious satisfaction with the double Western bacon cheeseburger. Only at Carl's Jr. Feed your happy. Available at participating Carl's Jr. restaurants. Price and participation may vary.
CBS News special report. President Biden was adamant that he had not overpromised in his first year in office as he held his first news conference of 2022 in front of the White House press corps. Our Stephen Portnoy is president of the White House Correspondents Association and was in the room.
The question I want to ask you gets to accountability, sir. Whether it's confusion over what style of mask to wear, when to test, how to test, where to test.
Well, first of all, the message is, to the extent they've been confusing, is because the scientists are learning more. They're learning more about what's needed and what's not needed.
Another topic during the 2-hour news conference from CBS's Ed O'Keefe.
Asked repeatedly whether or not he would be able to accept the results of the elections later this year if the legislation that's going down in defeat later tonight in the Senate regarding voting reform is not passed, he wouldn't say yes and suggested that his party will continue fighting for that.
That vote is set to begin on the Senate floor shortly. CBS News special report. I'm Matt Piper.
Portland's traffic and weather station, FM News 101 KXL. I-5 northbound slow go in the south waterfront up onto the Markham Bridge. You're packed solid once you hit the Fremont Bridge. That's a 27-minute drive through North Portland up to Vancouver. Southbound I-5 slow go from Columbia Boulevard to the Banfield. That'll take you about 15 minutes. 205 northbound running into slow traffic before Johnson Creek Boulevard up to Powell from 84 as you make your way up to Sandy Boulevard. From the Clackamas exit to the SR14 interchange across the Glen Jackson Bridge is 22 minutes. Southbound I-205 backed up between I-84 and Powell. 84 eastbound, 6-minute delay out to the 205 interchange. And on the Sunset inbound, we've got the usual slowing coming towards the Vista Ridge Tunnel. 217 southbound, 5-minute delay between Walker Road and Washington Square. Forecast showers and 48 tonight. Mild a day on Thursday, 55 degrees. Right now in Portland, it's 46. I'm Jeremy Scott. Check back several times throughout your day and stay connected with FM News 101 and KXL.com.
This is Heidi St. John, Republican for Congress. One of the first questions Republicans will face when we take back Congress next year is whether Joe Biden should be impeached. There's a strong case. Think of where America was a year ago. We had a strong leader, respected and feared by dictators around the world, a strong economy with low gas prices and no supply chain issues. We had secure borders. The illegal alien invasion was stopped, and our military was focused on strength, not wokeness. 1 year from now, Republicans will take back Congress, but Biden will still be in the White House, and Republicans must stand up to Biden because they didn't stand up to Clinton or Obama. And one of those moderates who failed us was Jamie Herrera.